vaccinated to where he could return with 2 negative tests.
Yes.
So what is any update on his status?
Yeah, he still hadn't posted a negative one yet. So
Can he? Does he have to have the first one at least by the time y'all get on the plane? Obviously, or a second one rather by the time you get on the plane. If he has a first one, can he fly?
no, he's got to post those two before we take off.
How about Natane, Udi?
Same thing. You know, they both feel fine. They both had, minor symptoms, but I've texted or talked with both of them almost daily, and they both say they're fine.
Uti was also vaccinated then?
Yes.
Will Stearns work today?
Yes. The only guy that's out is Garrett.
How's Mike Purcell doing with a cast on his?
He's doing okay. You know, it's always a little worrisome to have a guy out there with a cast on, because especially when it's your thumb, and but we'll see, because it's going to hinder him obviously in tackling.
How did you feel Deshaun Williams played kind of in that role?
Good. I thought Deshaun answered the bell and played the way he usually plays when we need him. Good, and he came back in today with no residual effects, and hopefully we'll be able to get him going.
You talked about Nickel the other day. Is he a guy that could step into that this week, or does he probably need more time?
He might need more time, but we'll see.
With Harrison, you said he's played pretty well stepping in at the end of the fourth quarter. What do you want to see from him? Just kind of continued growth with the nickel there.
Yeah, just continued growth. He was getting a lot of nickel snaps in camp, and then when you get to the season, and we haven't been getting as many reps in practice as I'm used to over the years, it's hard to get the backups a lot of reps, so they got to get back into being grooved in. And he did a good job, and I guess it was, 10 or 15 plays that he had at the end of the game, executing.
Is Fuller the starter this week, or is that still up?
We haven't decided yet.
How close is Pat to turning some of these pass breakups into interceptions?
Oh, I think he's close.
What do you need? What's maybe the kind of final step?
Just get a little better, we're talking milliseconds to where it's not a reach, to where it's more of a pluck.
When you see something like what happened, unfortunately, tragedy with Henry Ruggs, do you address the team as a reminder of potential consequences?
Yeah, we did. We did that today. I didn't want to do it yesterday because, we have a few guys on our team from Alabama that know him, and I wanted to give them a day to absorb everything. So I waited till today.
You go out of your way to talk to Jerry. He told us last week all those receivers are on a text string, so I assume he's probably pretty close with them just to pull them to the
Yeah, I
side.
talked to Jerry and Patrick.
How are they doing?
They're doing good. They're doing good.
Vic, with the Aaron Rodgers story this week with the unvaccinated status, and I know that in the beginning of the year you had guys come in and really talk to your players about getting vaccinated and encourage that, and you had such a high rate. But there's obviously some guys that don't get the vaccination. Does that kind of come back around when you see some of the players across the league, some of these star players that it starts affecting them? Does that in any way push those holdouts, so to speak, or jumping through the hoops that they have to do? Does that change anybody's minds?
I'd have to ask the couple guys we have. I don't think so. They're kind of at the point now where they're this far, and if they decided today, hey, I'm going to go get it, it's 5 weeks before they're considered vaccinated. So I think a lot of them think, well, I've gotten this far. I'm not going to wait, another 5 weeks of it. But we're welcome. They're welcome to get it.
For your coaches and players, how do you feel all the experts coming in had an impact? Do you feel like it made a difference?
It might have. I think it did a little bit. And I think what you had to go through. First off, let me back up. Some of them just wanted the vaccination, just like a lot of people just wanted the vaccine. They didn't need any talking to. Then you had your group that were wavering, and, the more they learned about it from the people we had come in, from the medical experts, and then from the what they would have to go through if they weren't vaccinated versus being vaccinated, I think that's what swung most of them. And then you have your couple that just didn't get vaccinated.
Vic, what ultimately went into having Baron Browning play inside as opposed to outside when you guys drafted him? What ultimately went into that choice?
We felt we needed more help at inside. There was more openings there, both from backup positions. And the original plan, which got foiled because of his injuries, was to go through the offseason, ILB, a week or two at the training camp, and we'd make a decision. And ILB's harder to learn, so that's, you always start with the harder one. And, he missed the whole offseason, missed most of training camp, so, there was never any, the best laid plans never came through. And then when we started having the injuries at ILB during the season, that's where we left them.
I meant to ask you earlier in the week. In a case like Pittsburgh this past week where the kicker got knocked out,
Yeah.
what would you do if,
Our punter, Sam can kick.
and then punter, would Brandon just punt?
Yes, Miranda would punt. Don't ask me if both of them got hurt.
Or your snapper? Or the whole- who would be back?
Drew Lock.
Does he get much practice on that?
Drew?
Yeah.
Yes, every Friday.
Kellen Moore, what do you think about the job he's doing with the Cowboys offense and just general impressions?
Yeah, they've got a really good offense. It's balanced, and I think that's the word everybody looks for in an offense. They run it very well. I think they're the top leading rushing team statistically in the league, and your eyes tell you that when you watch the tape. So they do a great job running. He doesn't ever give up on it. He's had no reason to in their games. And they've got those skilled players outside, and the tight ends and the backs. Their backs do a great job in their running game. And Dak Prescott is Dak Prescott. He's a great quarterback, There's a story for you. How's that guy last to the fourth round? There you go. Somebody take a dive into that.
O-line graduated after a
And, Joe Montana last to the third round and Brady to the sixth, it happens. So they've got really a highly, highly talented offense, and he's doing a really good job of calling the plays, having wrinkles, and staying committed what did they do best. So I think he's doing a great job.
Vic, your production may not be equal to theirs, but do you see similarities with their pass catchers and yours in terms of, the talent?
Yeah, there's some similarities. They got three really good receivers. Might be getting Gallup back this week. Yeah, and we feel we have 3 or 4 good receivers. And go ahead.
Go ahead, finish.
No, go ahead.
All right.
You give me an excuse to finish.
All right. Do you feel like in the last couple weeks your special teams have turned a corner a little
Yeah, we've played much, much better. As you guys know, we've made a special emphasis on it right from the start. And first 3 for sure, 4 or 5, somewhere in there. We were playing good, except we'd have one really bad play. And the last, 3 or 4 weeks, we've eliminated those bad plays, and we've been much, much better in the special teams. Regardless of the blocked field goals, which have been great plays, the other stuff's been solid. It'd be nice to make a big play in special teams in the return game.
Dak's had a few games with high attempts, no sack, 51 attempts, no sack. Is the running game doing that, or is it everything?
It's the running game. It's their line. It's his ability to avoid. It's all of that. They get it out quick a lot. He's got good command of their offense. He reads it good and gets it out quick a lot of the time. When he doesn't get it out quick, he's either protected well or he can avoid. So, it's a team that you probably won't get a lot of sacks on.
Thanks, Vic.
All right, thank you.